Yeah, Rod. So getting this material isn't necessarily all that easy, but you've got some pretty nice looking material on the desk here. Can you tell us a little bit about this material here?
Well, there are a couple miners that will sell parcels of material, right? And it will range from right across the whole spectrum of the quality of material. They sell as a parcel. You get the good and the bad with what you buy. So you have to make an assessment. What can I do with the good material? Will that cover the not so good material? Will it cover the rubbish, etc., etc.? You can imagine if they just sell their top material, what do they do with all the low grade?
Yeah, true.
So the opportunity is, I offer this material, I had to buy it, particularly on a couple top pieces.
Rod, let's have a closer look now at the material that you did get and give us some idea of what you... I see you've preformed a couple there already. But just tell us about what you're thinking about some of this material, particularly some of these lovely pieces, of course, because that's the selection beauties.
Well, Ian, Boulder Opal particularly can have great variation in the colour within the seams. Now this one here, most beautiful reds in this area. But then here, more in the green line.
Yep.
So my idea here would be to put a saw somewhere through there, possibly across there, and then work this area to get the reds, and then this area will be totally different colour stone.
It's all about maximising the yield of the gem, isn't it, Rod?
Absolutely, Ian. And you get a range of pricing as well, because not everyone can afford top
Sure.
value stone.
Sure.
So provided it is cut as an attractive piece, your price can range from dollars to thousands.
Correct. That's dead right. Okay, Rod, well, let's have a look at a couple more here and just get some ideas of what you're thinking about how you're going to cut
Okay, well, this piece here, Ian, when I had a look at it, because it's very obvious, this beautiful blue-green area here, and that'll cut high dome.
Yep.
Not much down there, so there'll be a saw cut somewhere through there for a start. But when I had a look at it, there was a little seam running down on the side, so I took the surface off, and you'll see there's another seam here of a darker material.
Right.
So I'm going to be very careful and put a saw cut somewhere through there.
Right.
Cut a lovely little dark gem out of that side, and then work the surface for this lighter colour, more crystal type material there. Right, so, and whether it's one large stone or I might break it into two stones, I'll make that decision once I start working it. Because this little piece of ironstone has to come out, so that might determine where and how I work that piece. Okay.
Okay. Rod, let's have a look at a couple more and give us an opinion about how you're going to cut them, but also make some remarks about how, as the cutting unfolds, what the circumstances might be.
Well, yeah, this is an interesting piece from Koroit in Western Queensland. You can see here a lovely face of colour, just small stone.
Rod, let's have a look at another couple of pieces here, and let's just get an opinion about what you're thinking about some, and also some remarks about as you progress the cutting, what can happen.
Okay, well, this is a piece of Koroit material, and you'll see this lovely bit of colour there. We have a problem because that's on a concave face. Okay, so we look at that. We'd only ever cut a small stone, very small stone there. If you roll it, being Koroit, there's a potential for a really nice matrix stone. Right, round there, with the opal, and like that.
Right.
So it'll be call it a picture stone if you like, a feature stone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have, and there's not enough ironstone there to put a saw through and try and save that one and that one. So I'm going to actually sacrifice that small stone because I need a perimeter of ironstone around the opal centre.
Yeah, right.
So I'll sacrifice that one to get that one.
Yeah.
If I wanted to chase that one, then I would sacrifice largely that one.
Yes.
So you have to balance which is, if it's sacrificial, which one goes.
Gotcha.
This goes there. Now, sometimes when you're working with stone.
So Rod, tell us again some more about when you're actually cutting, what the situation is with regard to the gem. So not always is what you set out to do you actually do, because you might get something that causes you to change your mind.
Well, Ian, I always let the stone eventually tell you what it wants to be. Now here's one here. Face it down, take off the ironstone off the top, and we find that there's a little vein of ironstone runs up through the surface of the opal.
Right.
So I've now got to make a decision. Do I leave that in there, or do I have to take that out? And then by taking it out, what shape do I, because not only do you have to think of the colour, it has to be an attractive finished shape and stone.
Gotcha.
So often what I'll do is I'll colour it out with black.
Oh yeah. Well,
Colour it out. That disappears.
just to see what it looks like.
And then I have a look at that. Now, turn it round, look at it in all the different ways there. Okay, taper it just a little bit more, maybe a bit there, and that would make a lovely pendant stone.
Gotcha.
No? So you can never be quite sure until you're right into the stone, and then it will help tell you what it wants to be.
Excellent. Thanks, Rod. Well, I'm here out in Rod's workshop here, where he's got a whole range of different lapidary tools, saws, grinders, polishing machines. And Rod's here with this beautiful piece of opal in his hand, and we're going to ask Rod about what he intends to do with this gem. So I'm just going to pull this into on a zoom now and look at this stone. It's a real beauty. So Rod, tell us a bit about what you think are going to happen with this stone.
Well, Ian, because the band of opal's got a big curve in it, my first saw cut will be sort of down through there, because then I can work that small stone as a piece.
Right.
Okay, first saw cut. Sadly, a lot of the boulder miners break these boulders open with big sledgehammers, and they often shatter the opal. Now, there's a shatter just in there, so the next saw cut will run along that line, and then down through there.
Gotcha.
Like you can see the beautiful red there, and then there's a different colour there. So I put this. That'll be the second saw cut.
Gotcha.
This ironstone may peel off a colour band underneath. So after I put the saw cut, I'll grind that off.
Right.
Now, and another saw cut down that side.
Okay.
So 3 saw cuts initially, and then I'll break it down from there.
Okay, Rod, well, let's get into it and see how we go.
Okay, yeah.
Well, here we go. Rod's in front of the saw here, and he's got that piece there. Now, we're not going to record too much here because of the noise of the saw, but you can see that he's positioning this piece ready to cut along those lines. So, Rod, let's crank it up and let's see how we go.
Okay, we'll do it, yeah. Okay.
Rod. This is the results of that cut. What's your thoughts?
Ian, the really good news is have a look at the thickness of that seam of precious opal. Lovely depth of opal there.
Oh, right shape too, mate.
Right, now, okay, it tapers away there, so I'll put another saw cut through there, but there's going to be a really top gem here that I'll be able to get a nice curve, low curve, but a lovely curve on that, the keystone.
Yes, mate.
That's going to be a gorgeous stone. That
absolutely.
Now the offcut, likewise, that seam runs in there, so when I peel that ironstone off there, there's a fair potential that colour is going to run into it.
That could be a good stone too, Rod. We'll have to wait and see with that one.
Absolutely, peel that off.
Okay.
It'll different colour.
Yep.
But it could be a really good stone in under that one as well, so that's excellent. And the little offcuts, we'll cut a little gem out of that.
Absolutely.
Little gem out of that.
And
likewise, mate, now once again, there's a little bit of a seam runs under there, so I'll peel that ironstone off, and there may be something under there. You never know.
Excellent, Rod. We'll come back later and look at what the results are.